Good morning, SLO. My name is Killian, and with me is Catherine and Zoe. We're third-year architecture students representing 3 design studios from Cal Poly. We're happy to see you all here, and we're excited to share some of our experiences in working with the people of Paradise and reimagining their home. Before we could begin redesigning Paradise, we made a trip to the town to gather some information. That trip took me to the Paradise High School, which had been relocated to Chico because of the fire. The kids there all seemed to be happy to be with their friends and happy to have some regularity back in their lives. We spoke to them about things like their favorite part of the town, what they did for fun, and places they liked to go. One of the favorites was a place called the Flumes, a gorgeous river and swimming hole north of town. Almost all of their answers involved nature, things like camping, hiking, or just being outdoors. It was clear to see that these kids loved the nature around their town, and they were crushed by what the fire had done. The Flumes, gone. The forest around their town, burned. Their own high school, damaged beyond use. These students had their lives turned upside down in a matter of days. I came to realize that these kids were just that, kids, and they wanted a chance to be kids again. Our project starts with the campfire, and if you take out your phones, open your cameras, and point them at these QR codes to our left and right, the upper ones will show you some of the damage that has been done to the town because of the fire. The campfire of Butte County, California was started on November 8th of 2018 and wasn't fully contained until nearly 3 weeks later. During those 3 weeks, the fire ripped through the town of Paradise and the surrounding wilderness. By the time of containment, 153,000 acres and nearly 19,000 structures were burned, making the campfire the deadliest and most destructive wildfire in California's history. This is where we come in.
We learned about the Paradise Campfire in winter 2019 as we began a new quarter at Cal Poly. As third-year architecture students, we were beginning our 2-quarter-long design, which has been focused around service-based learning. Service-based learning is a way for students to use what we've learned in the classroom on a real problem. We saw a unique opportunity to help Paradise move forward with the recovery process. And without a clear initial vision of what this project would entail, we spent weeks researching and visiting the town of Paradise to talk to the residents and figure out what they really wanted in their new town. After meeting with these residents, we started to get a vision of the possibilities of this project. This vision included reimagining the downtown of Paradise and the buildings that can fill it. Among some of these goals were the need for a more centralized downtown area, a more walkable city, and better infrastructure. From there, we began to fill the downtown with building types that we felt would create a more prosperous and resilient town. Some of these building typologies include a health center, a town hall, a library, and diverse housing conditions. So we're going to change it up real quick. If you pull out your phones and also scan the bottom 2 codes, there are some examples of design projects we've been working on. The 2 projects that we are showing here today include a health center and a library. In total, as the 3 studios, we have designed over 1.5 million square feet that will be turned over to the people of Paradise at no cost. So far, as a class, we visited Paradise 3 different times to gather feedback on giving our buildings a better sense of place. As this project is coming to a close, we plan on visiting Paradise once more to give our final design proposals. After this presentation, we'll open source all of our material to give a resource as disaster-based recovery. All of our buildings are focused on building a better future through sustainable design strategies, fire resiliency, and locally sourced materials.
If it's not Paradise, it's New Orleans. If it's not New Orleans, it's the Gulf of Mexico. If it's not the Gulf of Mexico, it's anywhere else in the world. There is no way to understand the amount of damage and destruction that the people of Paradise have been through. During our research, experimentation, and trips to Paradise and other affected cities, we have tried to understand how to work with nature instead of against it. In doing so, we hope to build socially, economically, and physically resilient cities that can withstand natural disasters. So we must be strategic about how we build, where we build, and what we build. Moving forward, we hope that this project can serve as a map for future design of future cities. When driving through Paradise, California for the first time, I felt a lot of emotions. There was shock, disbelief, and above all, sadness. Hundreds of houses were burnt down to the ground, and all that remained were chimneys and piles of rubble. These chimneys served as a symbol of resiliency and a precedence for me and my partner's building material. The last time we presented our project in Paradise we told a woman the story behind our material choice, and she showed us a picture of herself. She was standing in the middle of what was once her living room. Amongst the horizon, the background was illuminated by piles of waste that was once her house, and she raised a glass to all that was left of her home, her chimney. We are students attempting to help this community in the only way we know possible, through design. Our mission is to bring hope to the people of Paradise and help them design a more efficient, more resilient future. Thank you for your time, and we hope our presentation has helped raise awareness about the people of Paradise and explained our small part in what we are doing to help reimagine a better paradise. Thank you.